What is gwanning, peeps? What is gwanning? It's another day. It's another onesie. How you doing, people? I didn't do a live yesterday because it was Mother's Day and I just wanted to chill. I just wanted to have what you call a chill day. So I didn't do a daily spiritual tea yesterday. But there's so much to unpack. Do you know what? It was only this morning because I don't really watch the TV. Did you see the slap that Will Smith gave to Chris Rock? Do you know what? I don't normally talk about these things, but I was just gobsmacked when I saw it. And that's nothing but what's going down. That's nothing. That's all that's being talked about. Now, do you think Will Smith? You've got to put this in the comments if you're watching this or if you watch this because I'm like dumbstruck. It's like, should he have got up on stage and slapped him like that? Or should he have said something first? Or what would you have done? Because he was laughing prior to that. Now, I don't know whether it's because his wife had a conversation with him in the middle of all that and said, look, this man's taking the piss out of me and I've got this medical condition because she's got alopecia. So that's why she skinned off all her hair. But I can understand her not laughing. Now, was he doing the right thing going up on stage or not? I don't know. How do you unpack that one? And but he actually won an Oscar and made a speech about and kind of hinted on it. If you get on the Guardian on YouTube, the Guardian actually recorded it and it's uncensored, uncut as to what happened. And then they flick to when he won his Oscar and he makes insinuations about protecting his family and you do crazy things for love. But I know I'm into protect, provide, preserve. But at the same time, was it right that he did that? I'm like, what? Anyway, I'm going to shut up about that because that's just got me going this morning. I'm thinking, yeah, on one hand, you can see why, but he was laughing prior to that. And I'm sure he was laughing at that. The way it looked, I don't know, but it looked like he was laughing at that joke at the time. Okay. But you can clearly see that Jada weren't having it. She weren't happy about that comment that he made about G.I. Joe. Oh my God. G.I. Jane, I should say, rather. G.I. Jane, part two. Oh no. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I am. I hope that doesn't come out in my reading, honestly. Protect, preside, preserve. I mean, it was like he wanted to protect Jada. It's like he wanted to protect her feelings and to point out that he's not taking that nonsense. But do you know what? I'm wondering. Do you know what my question is as well? If that was any other comedian, would it went down like that? Because I'm sure Kevin Hart has made worse jokes about people in the audience. I remember the one with what's her name? When he was saying about her bum warming the seat. Oh, what is her name? She's that rapper, that black rapper. Not oh God. Anyway, shout out Val. Anyway, I'm not gonna go on about it anymore, but that's just got me going. But I'm taking a reading from these cards today. Hello, hi Kim, hi V. I'm going on about it, but I was quite completely shocked. I'm like, anyway, so I'm going to take a reading from this and let me know what you think, guys, because that's madness. Thank you. Yeah, I had a chill day yesterday. I enjoyed it, chilled out, did absolutely nothing. It was fantastic. But I've got the Asset Egyptian cards out today, Oracle cards, and I'm wondering what's going to come out today. I mean, I missed the day yesterday. I know people shoot me, but anyway, I'm still in shock about what Will Smith did. Should he have done that, or should he have pulled him to one side afterwards and said, "Look, I didn't appreciate that, blah blah blah," or was he showing that he protected his wife at any cost? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think, because that was deep for me. I was like, should Will Smith have really have done that? As he just ruined his reputation because he was seen as the squeaky clean man. But for him to go up there and do that, you see, I saw Will Smith it has changed my perception of him now. I'm like, he was the squeaky clean man for me. Even his lyrics in his rap songs were like squeaky clean. And now he's gone up there and done that. He's just changed. He's just smashed that illusion, isn't he? But then, these people put on these personas and it just takes something like that to make it crack. And I'm going to shut up! It was well deserved because Jada severe alopecia, which she was insecure about, which is why he did it. And have to shave her hair, and Willow shaved hers in support. Yeah, I saw the Red Table Talk, because I do see every now and then on Facebook. They have this Red Table Talk, if you don't know. And she did talk about it, and that her daughter came out in solidarity, shaving her head as well, because her daughter had locks and everything. It was long. She had long hair. And so did Jada at one point. And I did think at the time, there's a reason why she's cutting her hair like that, because I'm sure she wouldn't have cut her hair like that unless she had a reason. And I think I saw a clip of where she was completely bald at the top of her head, and that's why she just decided to do it. And I can see with that, because I've got a little bit of thinning at the top of my head as well, but I'm not completely bald. It's just thinning slightly. And I think I don't know if it's age and stress and things you go through and not wearing a scarf, because I'm notorious for not wearing a scarf. But anyway, I'm going to stop it now, because that's just got me going. I can understand, but at the same time, it's just smashed my illusion about him. I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments. Yeah, I know. I can understand her a bit, but was he doing it to protect reputation, his wife's reputation, but at the same time shattering that illusion? Because I can understand. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Here's my view. I can understand why he did it. I can understand why he did it, but I'm sure he was laughing at the time. But when you turn and look at his wife, she weren't laughing. Okay. And maybe they had the conversation in between that, which we're not going to see in the, because the camera cuts to something else, even if it is going through the whole thing live. So it cuts to something else. So it's like, and Chris Rock was completely stunned. I was like, I'm sorry, I keep mentioning it, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and get some cards out. Soul healing, seek assistance. This is what's coming out at the bottom of the deck. But let's have a look and see what else comes out. Let's get a card out and shout out Val, because I can keep going on that one. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. What messages do you have for the collective? Thank you. Please give us the message. What message do you have? I'm going to stop it, because that is like weighed on me. When I saw that, I was like, what the hell? Anyway. You can look at it both ways. You could look at it as, did he do it as a stunt? Did he do it as well, no, not a stunt, but did he do it after the fact and he should have just let it go because it was almost like after the fact? Or should he have done that? Because it's just shattered the illusion. You could look at it like he shattered the illusion. And some people thought it was even a joke. I've seen comments like people thinking it was a joke. But when you see the actual slap, you knew that wasn't a joke. When you see the actual slap, wow, that got me going. I don't normally talk about current affairs, but that one was just flung in my face. It's like nobody else is talking about anything else. But anyway, let me get a card that shut up. I keep going on tonight. Sorry. So, mystery and ceremony. Oh, what is this about the Great Pyramid? This is called the Great Pyramid in mystery and ceremony. Because you know what they say about the pyramids? It's like, could human men actually build these? Because they were so intricate to be built at the time, and they're spotted in particular places. And if you go through the theory of it all, there's some theorists that say that the pyramids were actually beacons to aliens, or kind of like places that, how do I put this without sounding too crazy? It's almost like they're saying that it was built by aliens. This is the story. They were built by aliens. They were put in particular places, and the way they were placed is for specific. It was like specific mapping. What do you call it? Like specific charting. So they had to be in a particular place to actually harness the sun's energy, and it was all about energy. Because obviously energy can produce heat, it can produce light, it can do whatever. Do you know what I mean? This is why we have solar panel. This is why we have wind power. We can actually produce energy from these things if you want to go on a scientific level. But on a spiritual level, and all the theory behind it, they say that the pyramids are actually, and I'm talking the dime a dozen today. I've gone completely off track, but it's kind of like the same thing, because it's saying mystery and ceremony. The mystery of the Egyptians, the mystery of, because they were saying the Egyptians were, if you go deep, white people weren't the first to enslave black people. They're saying that the Egyptians were the first to enslave white people, or people who were not of their color, or people who were of not of their statue. Do you know what I mean? It goes deep, but also they had certain rights to certain things and they had certain information that was far beyond the actual intellect of that time. And when I see mystery and ceremony, it's almost like these pyramids were built in specific places as ceremony to the gods. But what we call the gods, or you can call it source, or it's their way of contacting source, even. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up and get the reading out for this because I could go deep on that. There's so much. I read too much, and that's what my problem is. I read too much, and then when I see mystery and ceremony, is there things that are hidden from you that you want to know the truth about as well? Do you know? And ceremony could just mean anything to do with you and the way you actually connect with spirit, connect with source, connect with the universe, whatever you want to call it, God. Do you know? It depends on whatever your actual what you call source. Okay, do you know, ceremony is rituals, isn't it, at the end of the day? And you could look at it as a you celebrating something, but when you see ceremony, it's how you actually perceive spirit and how you connect with your divine essence. Do you know what I mean? Because spirit is in with all of us, but it's whether you choose to tap into that or not. If, whether you want to use that source or not is another story. Do you know what I mean? So I could keep going, but yeah, had to yeah. So let's find out. So what number is that? Number 12. That's number 12. So if you add 1 plus 2, that's 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is one of those numbers that are connected. I don't know, again, I could go deep on this, but there's these three particular numbers, 369. Okay, 369 are numbers, are divine numbers, basically. And you're supposed to be able to manifest with them. And there's even a manifestation tool called 369, and I think how it goes is that if you want to set an intention, you write it down 3 times in the morning, you write it 6 times at lunchtime or whatever for the second time, and then the third time you write it 9 times, and you keep doing that for a certain amount of time. Okay, and it's supposed to actually realizing those intentions quicker, and those numbers are meant to be special numbers apparently. So when I see 1 plus 2 equals 3, 12. But what is 12? A 9 is the Herbert, 10 is a. I fully believe this is the what? A number 12. I have to look that up. But I think, thank you, Spirit. But I think it's, is it the Wheel of Fortune or the World? No, the World card is number 21, isn't it? Or 22. I'll have to look that up. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and read this passage to you quickly. So it says, so many pyramids were built in Egypt, ancient Egypt, but none have ever been so powerful as the Great Pyramid of Giza Plateau. Inside the Queens of Osset chamber sits, uh, connects us with Cyrus, the brightest star in the sky, and the Kings or Osiris chamber has the male energy and connects us with the Orion constellation, a powerful place of initiation. It acts as a transformer between heaven and earth for many white light beings from Cyrus are as they prepare themselves for this time on this earth plane. Cyrus is apparently, if you read some of the theories, is actually an alien nation that came here who, do you know when they say alien abductions, it's not really abductions. It's like they're trying to say that these people were handpicked to actually go to Cyrus to actually, or where these aliens come from, to actually teach them about moving on from the third dimension. Because we're apparently in the physical dimension, which is the third dimension, and they're trying to evolve the human race into a higher dimension, and we're in our infancy apparently. So this is how it works. But anyway, here's the channeled message. I'm going to stop it now. Here's the channeled message from the Siren light beings. When you consciously enter the Great Pyramid, we initiate you into a higher consciousness, just as I just said. And I've never read this before, you know. We tell you this. Current testing time is an initiation for you. Try to live through it with joy and gratitude in your heart. All ancient initiates were tested for faith and knowledge, for only the pure of heart and can live through the final test in the sarcophagus. I have no idea what that is, but and you go through trials and tribulations and you feel like you're being tested, and it's almost like you're being tested your faith. That's what that's about. But it's like, wow. So we could carry on, and I'll give you the card meaning. So in reference to abundance, it says it's time all in time all will be well. Financial security is not needed if you trust in the divinities. If it's about love, long-term relationships will flourish. Seek a partner with spiritual awareness for true joy in your life. Yeah. I'm so 100% with that. For you to able to actually move forward and grow spiritually, you need a partner who's doing the same. So if it's in reference to work and career, stay in your current job until you feel more confident of your abilities. You have the ability to be a spiritual healer or teacher. If it's in reference to travel, Egypt is indicated sometime in your future. Travel for holidays in the company of like minded, spiritually aware people. Okay, so I've actually been to Egypt, and I actually did the cruise along the Nile for a week and then stayed near the Dead Sea for a week. But yeah, I've actually been. But anyway, if it's in reference to family, gather your family around you and create sacred time and space in your home. And if this is about the future, people, look to your past lives in Egypt for answers about your future. So I don't know why I'm getting so gobby today, but that card, for some reason, this card has just got me going. Yes, 12 is the hanged man. Oh, I just couldn't remember what it was. Thank you for that. Yeah, 12 is the hangman. Stationary, static, confused, hanging back deliberately because you're confused. If you're in hangman mode for real, if you're hanging back from somebody or some situation, or it's like, yes, you're hanging back deliberately, but is it because of confusion or whatever? But like I said, there's some mystery in your life, but also it could just be, that you need to connect spiritually because there's things that are muddled in your mind that you need to get clear. There's questions you need to ask spirit. So why is this card here, spirit? Let's get some cards out. So do you know what I'm going to do? Let's get these out of the way for a minute so I can make space. But I've got here today Nero Tarot. I don't know if you can see that, the Nero Tarot. Again, I buy these cards and don't use them very often, so I'm going to take it out and use it right now. And this one's very special because this is the actual writing is connected. You can't loosen it from the deck, which annoyed me because it's such a good deck. But what can we do? If that's how the makers have made it, that's how they've made it. So let's see why this card is here today, people. Let's see why this card is here. So tell us about the mystery and ceremony. Is it that you need to be connecting with spirit? Is it that you need to form some kind of ritual? Is it that you might have been lapsing in your ritual? Because a ritual could just simply mean being quiet and sitting down and meditating. Or just closing your eyes and listening to yourself breathing and then think about the thoughts you're having. It could be as simple as that, or you could get as complex. I mean, I'm one of those complex people because a Virgo is just complex. But I've got a whole altar with all the elements on it, water, fire, earth. I've got, earth is a plant on my desk. So I've got one of those what do you call them? Succulents. I've got succulent on my desk. I've got a glass of water in there, which I change regularly. I've got my incense and I've got my candles. It's all the four elements. Do you know what I mean? And it's like I have them on my desk, and then I have this little thing, and I chant. So that's you can get as complicated as that. Do you know? Have your little altar with a space you go to have quiet time. But it could be just as simple as sitting and being quiet with yourself and closing your eyes and seeing where your mind goes. Because meditation is not always about clearing your mind. It's about meditating on questions you have and see if the answers come to you. So I want to see why this is here. So Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. Thank you. Please give me the message. What messages do you have for the collective? Please give me the message. And I know I'm going longer than usual, but I don't know why. That card has just brought out a lot for me, and I don't know why. So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. What messages do you have for the collective? And if you've been here long enough, you know. My spirit goes against us. I don't take dropouts. Sometimes they tell part of the story and it usually comes out again, but sometimes it's just, I just don't take dropouts because And people say to me, the way I flick cards is really unusual, and it still gives me the same story. So that's the way I started from the beginning. That's how I continue. So the Hierophant, coming to a higher learning, a higher understanding. This is also about connections and commitments as well. But do you know, if you want to talk in a spiritual sense, it's like you're giving it up to the divine, or you should be giving it up to the divine. Do you know? And this could be about the mysteries. Do you know what? Some people have to have the physical evidence before they can have faith in it. But do you know, if you was a Christian, they're putting blind faith in heaven and hell. Is there such a place as heaven and hell? But they're putting blind faith in that. So if you could put blind faith in heaven and hell, why not put blind faith in a source? Because God is just is a source, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not Christian. I mean, I've been there. I've been baptized and everything, but I'm more on the Buddhist persuasion where we find spirit within, we find happiness within. There is no such thing as heaven and earth. It's what you make your life that is your heaven, your hell. Do you know what I mean? It's what you make your life. And yes, we call it nirvana, complete happiness, unconditional love. And it's the same principle with spirituality. You don't have to be in any religion to be spiritual. Do you know what I mean? And this is what this is about. Do you have your rituals in place? Even when we talk about mystery, I mean, mystery and ceremony. You don't have to, you could have blind faith because there's things in this life, even on a daily basis, that are actually complete little miracles, and you're not looking at it as a miracle. Just walking and talking is a miracle. Do you know what I mean? We're intelligent beings. We're intelligent beings. What other being can actually converse with the way we converse? Even if we live all over the world and we speak different languages. I don't know where all this is coming from today, but spirit is talking today. People, spirit is talking because even if we talk different languages, we're still intelligent beings. You know, it's just one of them things. So even walking and talking is a bloody miracle. Anyway, I'm going to put that one down and get another card out. So, the Knight of Swords. Do we rush into things? Do we just do you know what I'm getting from this? With the Hierophant. This is about high learning, higher understanding, but with this, it's almost like, are you doing things in an unwise choice sometimes? Are you doing things and you're not thinking about it, and it's only afterwards you get the wisdom, and or are things happening and they might have been happening way too fast, and it's only afterwards you get the wisdom and understanding. Things are happening not to your liking, or things are happening way too fast, and it's like it's only afterwards you get the wisdom, you get the understanding of what's really going on. But if you're not getting that wisdom and understanding and things are rushing, but take time out. Take time out and sit down and listen to your thoughts. Even doing that, because I'm going to say it and say it again, meditation is a stress reliever in itself. Even if you was just to listen to your breathing going in and out and focus just on your breathing, it's still a stress reliever. It's a proven fact. It's actually a scientific fact that meditation relieves stress, if nothing else, if you do it for no other reason. Okay. So this is about going within and stop rushing into things and making mistakes. Do you know what I mean? It's like spirit saying, connect with me, people, connect with me. Give it up to the divine. Because spirit wants you to be this person, wants you to be this king of wands, wants you to do this forward thing, or wants you to be a leader. But sometimes when you get this one as well, it's like self-talk. It's like you're rushing into things and not thinking about it, not thinking about what you're doing. When spirit really wants you to be this action packed forward thinking, to the point, a leader in, if it's nothing else, a leader in your own life, to push forward, to be this enthusiastic person, be passionate about what you do and what you think, because I'm getting some of you are losing the way or just not feeling it. I don't know why I'm getting that now, but let me get a couple of more cards out, because look, are you deceiving yourself? And you see, this is two stories here again. I'm going to give you the second story afterwards, and I'm not going to get too much cards out because I've been here far too long already. But what I'm getting here is this is the Seven of Swords. This is like, are you deceiving yourself? Instead of being this character, somebody who's forward thinking, enthusiastic about it, what you do, are you actually having second thoughts about what you're doing? And in actual fact, it might be that you're giving yourself negative talk. This is like negativity. This is like negative talk. This is like you're up in your head and you're deceiving yourself, or you're telling yourself negativity here. When I see this card in a spiritual sense, it's like you're giving yourself negativity. One more. You need to go within. This is just confirmation for me. This is the Hermit. This is actually the Virgo card as well, but this is confirmation for me. This is like go within, analyze, meditate on whatever it is you need to meditate on, because I'm getting that this is what this is about. Mystery and it's like you can literally take the card for what it is, mystery and ceremony. Is there mysteries out there for you? Is there things that you feel are hidden for you and it's making you go within and question certain things and making you make rash decisions? You need to go within and question these things. I don't know if you can see all these cards, but let me just move that out of the way. Now, the second story is, and it's like, is somebody. Now, this is the second story here. I've gone through the spiritual story here, but the second, I'm not going to keep this too long because I could keep going. But these cards, I'm telling you, somebody's either in a commitment and or had a higher learning, higher understanding, and now thinking should they rush in and be really passionate about this situation. But in actual fact, you're just seeing nothing but deception, and this is why you're in hermit mode. You're in hermit mode. This is you in your stability. This is you in your abundance. This is you. Do you know what I mean? Because you realize, I mean, this can give two stories. Okay. This is usually my karmic, whoever the karmic is. But you could also see there's a match here, King and Queen of Wands. This could be you, that someone's seen you this way because once upon a time you was this gay, happy, single person. You might have hooked up with this person, but what I've got here is but they've caused you nothing but grief. So you've transformed this situation and you're now thinking about your happiness. You're thinking about your happiness, but what is making you happy? Sometimes we have to go through these daily meditations, go within and converse with spirit, because until you figure out yourself, you're not going to reach that happiness. You could have all the money in the world, as I keep saying, you can have all the money in the world and you will never be happy because you're not finding the happiness within. You could be the poorest person on the street, you could be homeless, whatever. But guess what? You could be happy with your circumstances because you found the happiness within. And this is what spirituality is all about, the unconditional love, not only for yourself, but for other people. But what you have to be aware of who you're giving that unconditional love to. Do you know what I mean? You're just going ahead and looking for your happiness. You're just thinking about it's just been illuminated to you, but there's certain things that's going on here. There is when I see matches, that is a divine connection. When I see matches, that was a relationship that was going down. But I could also look at it this way: while you're the single person, they had a karma in the background has broken their heart. They've actually put this to death now, and are now looking for their happiness. But can they find that happiness? Do you know what I mean? Can they find that happiness? What's this? Because now they feel dejected. Because they picked shit, and I could keep going, but this is just them feeling dejected. Full stop. It doesn't have to be that they had a karmic in the background. It could just be that, you know, they had you where they wanted you, and now they've made a mess of that. They caused you nothing but heartbreak, and you've put this to death, and you're just looking for your happiness. And this is where the mystery is, because why would they do this to you? Because there was deception here. But I could keep going. But this is the Four of Cups. This is boredom. This is rejection. This could even be you being bored in the situation, because justice is at the bottom of the deck. Justice is at the bottom of the deck. This is just like, you can't make this up, can you? You can't make this up. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because that's too much. I could keep going, but that's just turned into one of my reads. It's like somebody's come to a high learning, high understanding that they might have. This card also could mean that this person, whoever this is, rushed into a decision that they shouldn't have done. They thought they had it, they had you where they wanted you, and they just made an unwise choice. When you see this card, if somebody's made an unwise choice, it's almost as if they made a decision which they thought was a wise decision, but they played themselves. They played themselves, and it could be them that's going through heartbreak now. But again, I'm getting this thing of karma, the scales of balance. The scales of balance is here, but we've got the Three of Pentacles, and then we've got the Five of Pentacles. They wanted to be with you. They wanted to be together with you, but in fact now they're feeling left out in the cold. There's just somebody feeling left out in the cold. They wanted to work with you, they wanted to be with you, but their karma is watching you glow up. Maybe you're in partnerships now with other people. Partnerships could mean lovers, friends, you found your soulmates. You're just working on yourself. Do you know what I mean? You could be working with other people or yourself, but the scales of justice is here. Do you know what I mean? And now somebody's feeling left out in the cold. Somebody's feeling left out in the cold. And look, here's the Five of Pentacles. These two cards together don't sit well. Let me tell you something. These two cards together don't sit well because I'm telling you, with the Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold and the Five of the Five of Cups, spilt milk. Too much going on there. Missed opportunity, regret. Not only did they feel left out in the cold, but they feel regret as well. This is somebody who's really upset. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I could keep going. But the message here is get meditating, people. Stop thinking about these people, and most of all, converse with source, converse with the universe, converse whatever you want to call it, spirit, whatever. It's almost like you need to be getting to this. You need to be getting to this place where you need to be doing this on a regular, because it's almost like some of you are getting messages and you're not listening, or some of you are just ignoring your spiritual side. And it's not good sometimes, because how are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to learn about yourself if you can't take the time out to sit there and just think about, just to sit there and even just think about yourself, where you're going, where you're achieving, what your intentions are? Because if you're not setting goals in this life, you're not growing spiritually either. If you're not looking forward to what you want to be doing in your future, you're not spiritually growing. You're just stunted. If you're one of those people that's sitting in front of the TV and doing nothing, and letting the TV dictate to you what your future should be, you're not moving. You're not getting anywhere. If you're sitting in front of a TV all day, especially, and let the media dictate to you what your life should be, following the Joneses, the materialism, the surfaceness. You should be trying to get yourself out the matrix. And I'm not trying to preach or anything like that, but I could keep going. But it starts somewhere. You've got to start somewhere. And the somewhere is to sit there quietly, even if it's just to sit there quietly and just meditate. This is what the message I'm getting from this card, because Source wants to be there for you, Spirit wants to be there for you, whatever you want to call it, the universe wants to be there to you. But A, you've got to meditate on it, and B, you've got to tell them what you want and stop wallowing in self-pity. I'm getting a lot of that messages that some of you are wallowing in self-pity, and I don't know why. Wallowing like, oh, whoa, me, why me? Sometimes these things are just here to test you. It's just like tests, like you go through cycles, and it's for you to learn and grow. Never see anything as a failure. I'm going to stop it now. I'm putting these cards away deliberately because I don't want to look at them anymore, because I know I'll start spouting about something else. But sometimes these things are here to actually test you, to see where you are. Like the actual text said, these things are here to test you sometimes. And it's for you to recognize where things went wrong, to go within, to have those conversations with yourself, to see what's triggering you. Because, 9 times out of 10, when things go wrong, it's something along the line that triggered that for you to be going through that cycle. And I have to say, sometimes it's karmic cycles, whether good or bad. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to read a few comments. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because you know I can ramble on, and I will catch up with you soon. So, take care till next time.